Hey, what's up guys? Today, I'll show you a comedy horror film, Where Got Ghost. Spoiler ahead, watch out and take care. The movie begins its first episode with three scammers in the middle of another scheme. The three men are performing a ritual in front of a large extended family, and they are pretending to be shamans. The leader points outside, saying that he sees two spirits of children waiting for the family. He guesses that they may be the departed children of a family member, but the family shakes their heads and replies that none of them have lost children. The leader tries again and says that they may be the spirits of children who died due to abortion or miscarriage. Again, the family members deny this. The leader insists that if they do not pay him to conduct a ritual, the spirits will bring the family much misfortune. The family hesitantly agrees. Still not done with their grift, the other two scammers then show the family their catalog of toys, which they can buy for the purpose of burning them during the ritual. Afterward, the three scammers all walk home in buoyant moods after their successful score. The leader orders the other scammers to buy dinner for all of them. However, the two men, short and tall, forget to buy fruits. They are too lazy to go back to the shop and buy fruits. The two notice a roadside offering for ghosts. There's a pile of fruits beside two lit candles. The roadside offering is part of the tradition of the Hungry Ghost Festival. The offerings are considered sacred, and stealing or eating them is an offense to the spirits. Short and tall decide to get the fruits anyway. They rationalize this decision by saying that the leader does not believe in ghosts anyway. They go home and eat their dinner. The leader finds the fruits tasteless and berates Short and Tall for buying low-quality fruit. The leader receives a call from a stranger saying that he had won 2 first-class tickets to the US. He only needs to claim his winnings in her office. He gets mad and ends the call, ranting about how other scammers are becoming so predictable with their schemes. Then the leader comes up with an idea. It will make calls to many people starting tomorrow and assign them a 4-digit combination for a lottery ticket. Since they'll be using every combination from 0 to 99.99, it will surely have lottery winners. When the people win, the scammers will deduct a 20% commission fee from their winnings. Using a phone book, the three scammers call a lot of numbers. They pretend to be from the foundation of the God of Wealth. They tell the people that divine guidance has led the followers of the God of Wealth to the winning lottery numbers. They then advise the people to use that number in their lottery tickets. If the people don't believe them, and they tell them that the God of Wealth will bring bad luck to them. Sure enough, the scammers hit all the winning lottery combinations. This makes them very rich very quickly. But sometimes, the people they call would deny they had the winning numbers and would end their call. So the leader instructs Short and Tall to stalk those people. One night, Short and Tall camp on a bridge outside the apartment building of a woman who they had assigned a winning lottery number to. She has frequently denied that she used that winning combination, so she refuses to give the scammers their donation. When the woman steps out of the building, they call her again. She denies that she used the winning combination. Short then tells her that she will experience misfortune for defying the God of Wealth. After ending the call, Tall drops a potted plant near where the woman is walking. This is to scare her and make her think that the God of Wealth is angry with her. As their scam grows larger, they start hiring thugs to harass the winners. Their business is going so well that the leader also decides to hire 100 students to make the calls. He will also formally establish a company called the God of Wealth Enterprise. One day, the leader receives a call from a man who's using the same script they do. He gives the leader the combination 66666 and asks him to donate 18% of his winnings to the man's charity if he wins. The leader gets mad that someone's already copying his business scheme, but just in case, he still uses the combination when he buys a lottery ticket. The leader wins the first and second prize money. Shortly after, the mysterious man calls him again and demands he donate to his charity. The leader mocks the man and refuses to give him a percentage of the prize money. The three scammers claim the leader's prize money totaling $800,000. While walking home, they encounter a pale-faced man who tries to get him to donate 18% of his money. The three scammers mock him. The pale man then says that if he doesn't comply, he will get run over by a car. The leader runs out to the road to prove the man wrong. At first, the cars on the road dodge him, but a vehicle runs over the railing of the highway above them and lands on top of the leader, immediately killing him. The driver gets out of the car, and it's shown that she's an elderly female spirit. The oranges Short and Tall had stolen from the roadside were in dedication to her. Apparently, she was angered by the disrespect of the scammers. The episode ends with the leader's dead body being surrounded by thousands of oranges. The second episode begins in the Singaporean jungle, where a unit is undergoing Army reservist training. The commander reminds the trainees not to take any shortcuts. They have to complete the training course throughout the jungle. They are provided with a map with checkpoints that they have to pass through to complete the course. An older man with a mustache is paired with a thin trainee. They start the course together, and while they're trekking, Mr. Mustache tells Mr. Thin that he had met with 4 shamans this year, who all told him that he has the blood encounter curse, which spells bad luck for him. Later on, they realize that they are lost. Both of them are clueless when it comes to reading a map or using a compass. Mr. Thin suggests that they use a shortcut he knows. It turns out the shortcut is the highway that cuts through the forest. They will take a cab and head straight to the endpoint of the training course. Mr. Mustache slams Mr. Thin for thinking of such a boneheaded idea. He takes the map and leads his partner deep within the forest. They find a tombstone with a picture of a pretty girl and a lucky number inscribed on it. Mr. Mustache hurriedly waves Mr. Thin away from the tombstone. As night falls, the two are still lost in the forest. They squat on the ground to poop. A woman wearing a red dress is standing behind them, and the two chuckle to shit. However, a few seconds later, they run their smelly asses away, screaming out loud. When they've run some distance already, they realize that they forgot to wipe their butts. Mr. Thin is so scared that he asks Mustache to hold his cold, thin hands. The two huddle together for the rest of the night. When dawn comes, they start walking again. They eventually find the canal that they can use as a shortcut. They crawl on the ground to avoid the attention of the officers. They successfully cross to the other side and are finally in the right direction. But their skills are still so inept that they end up getting lost again. Their water has almost run out too. Luckily, they encounter a plump woman wearing a huge-sized dress and carrying a huge-sized parasol. She offers them bottled water and asks them if they encountered anything strange. The two men recount that they saw the woman in red. Ms. Plump explains that all soldiers who take shortcuts see the woman in red. She then gives them the right directions. The sky turns dark and a storm rolls in. Ms. Plump warns them that this is the kind of storm that will cause flooding in the forest, so she invites them to take shelter in her house. Ms. Plump leads them to her house in the woods. Mr. Thin is impressed by how big her house is. She answers that the big house was her father's, and it's the right size for her figure. Ms. Plump disappears to her bathroom to take a shower. Mr. Thin creepily sneaks outside the shower stall to peek inside and see her chubby but naked body. Mr. Mustache is left in the hallway, and he peeks through a keyhole. However, he sees the woman in red inside the room. Blood is pouring out of her mouth. The two get scared and think she's a fat ghost, so they run outside into the pouring rain and stumble on a tombstone, bearing a picture of a girl who looks like Ms. Plump. The woman in red approaches them, carrying a red parasol. When she reveals her face, they see that it's Ms. Plump. She explains that the tombstone belongs to her twin sister, who died months ago. Her mouth is bleeding because she hurt her gums while brushing her teeth. The two men follow her back inside the house, once they're reassured that she's not a ghost. The woman reveals that she will perform magic tricks for them. She brandishes a heavy metal chain and asks them to tie her chubby body up. After tying her up tightly, they cover her with a red cloth and dump her inside a huge wooden chest. They lock the chest and close it. A few seconds later, Ms. Plump appears behind them, seemingly using magic to escape from the chest. This excites the two men. They ask her to show them how she does her magic tricks, so they can be magicians too. Ms. Plump ties them both to chairs with rope. She hangs a tight noose around their necks too. She then cuts the rope, and the two men come flying out the window. It turns out the rope she used to tie them is connected to the tree outside. In effect, this kills the two men, and they are now hanging from the tree. Ms. Plump floats her chubby body outside to watch them die. The woman in red joins her. She is the spirit of the dead woman on the first tombstone they saw. It's implied that the two women are dead spirits who are trapped in the house in the woods, because Ms. Plump tricked the two men into dying. It will now replace her and woman in red as prisoners of the house. The episode ends by fast-forwarding to a year later. Another pair of trainees get lost in the woods and encounter two men carrying red umbrellas and waiting for their replacements. The third and final episode begins with a family praying a shrine for their deceased matriarch. The first brother is asking the matriarch to bless them with the lucky lottery numbers. Meanwhile, his wife is asking for blessings for their child's grades. The second brother complains to the matriarch that she didn't warn him that his company would go down. The third brother is also complaining about his financial situation, since his business is not doing well. Second brother suggests that they apply for the government's financial aid, but third brother says that they won't get approved. Instead, they should just get a private investor to boost their respective businesses. All three brothers then pray to the matriarchy's spirit to bless their new endeavor. Afterward, the whole family eats dinner around the table. Third brother points to the empty chair and exclaims that they no longer need that, since the matriarch is dead. They are wondering who put the chair there, and one of the grandchildren jokes that the chair moved by itself. First brother just yanks the chair away from the table. Meanwhile, second brother comments that the dish they are eating tastes just like the matriarchy's cooking. A few moments later, there's another empty chair around the table. The family members all get spooked about this, and they believe that the matriarchy's spirit is angry about something. The three brothers immediately go to the shrine and beg their mother's forgiveness. Later that night, third brother wakes up in the middle of the night and sees the matriarch in front of him. She is asking him where her bra is. It turns out this is a dream and third brother wakes up. But when he turns to his wife sleeping beside him, he sees his mother once again asking him about her favorite bra. Third brother finally wakes up for real. Bothered by his mother's spirit, he goes to buy a bra as the matriarch wanted. Meanwhile, first brother is lounging on the couch. His wife is trying to fix the television signal when he sees the matriarch smirking at him from inside the television screen. The three brothers meet and share their own encounters with their mother's spirit. Third brother is still haunted in his sleep by his mother, asking for her bra, while first brother sees her on the television every time. Curiously, she does not haunt second brother. The other brothers think this is because the matriarch died after giving her blood to save second brother's daughter. That night, second brother is washing his face in the bathroom. The matriarch reaches out a hand to help him wash his face. When he opens his eyes, there's no one else there. This sends chills down his spine, and he thinks the matriarch is finally haunting him. While in bed, his second brother and his wife hear the matriarch calling out his name. He turns and sees her tucked into bed beside him. The three brothers meet again. They try to figure out why the matriarch is angry. The two brothers blame the first brother for not performing the monthly prayers well. The matriarchy's tablet and remains are in the first brother's house, and it's his duty to do the monthly prayers. A friend of the third brother arrives in a flashy car. He brags that his dead mother has blessed him, and as a result, he won the lottery and is a rich man now. The friend explains that this is because his mother had died in the morning. Since the brother's matriarch died in the evening, they believe that this could be the reason why they're all experiencing financial troubles. The brothers can't help but be jealous of the rich friend. Third brother comes up with the idea to put their mother's tablet and remains in a remote temple, so she will stop haunting them and blessing them with bad luck. First brother protests that they can't do that to their dead mother, but he gets overruled by his brothers. First brother goes to the remote temple in the mountains to deliver their mother's remains. He apologizes to her and explains that it's a peaceful place and she'll be happy there. However, when he gets back to his car, he discovers that the tablet is back there. He frantically calls his brothers and urges them to go to him. The other two brothers arrive, not believing first brother's story. All three of them put the remains back in the temple. The three brothers drive back to the city in the middle of a storm. They hear a loud sound coming from the top of the car, and they don't realize that the tablet has mysteriously appeared on the roof. The matriarch also appears in the middle of the road. She's waving to them. This causes third brother to swerve and crash the car on the riverbank. The three brothers climb out of the vehicle. They lament their bad luck, but not even a minute later, a huge landslide occurs in front of them, absolutely destroying the road they would have been driving on if they had not crashed. That's when they realize that the matriarchy's ghost had saved them from certain death. Filled with humility and love, they get the matriarchy's remains from the temple to take back home. While on the way out, they encounter the rich friend who is looking very sickly. It turns out he has terminal cancer. He is crying out that his mother had blessed him financially, but not in health. The movie ends with the three brothers finally appreciating that their mother may not have given them riches, but she has blessed them with the more important things like health and safety. This is Daniel's CC Movie Channel. Stay safe and enjoy your day.